Who is responsible for Taiwan's defense?
Part 86.
ROC Taiwan Sovereignty Determination.
Final summary of investigative findings.
The premise of the current series of films is that in order for some entity to be legally responsible for Taiwan's defense, it must be able to offer some international legal references that it is holding Taiwan's sovereignty. After the investigations in films 1 to 20 of this series, as explained in film 21, our initial conclusion was that neither the Republic of China, the Taiwan governing authorities, or the yet-to-be-founded Taiwan Republic fulfilled this condition.
However, recognizing that our overview of this subject matter in films 1 to 20 may not have been thorough enough, beginning in film 22 we offered additional analysis of all related topics, which might possibly offer an alternative theory of how sovereignty might be recognized.
These topics included retrocession, annulment of the 1895 treaty, prescription, successor government claims, popular sovereignty, territorial cession, Treaty of Taipei, condominium, the three joint communiques, annexation, unequal treaty allegations, Manchukuo comparisons, UN trusteeship, restored sovereignty, Kuwait comparisons, Alsace-Lorraine comparisons, Montevideo Convention analysis, Iwo Jima comparisons, self-determination, democratic reform, evolution, Japan comparisons, existing diplomatic relations, denial of 1992 consensus, Japanese court decisions, abandoned territory, etc., etc.
At the same time, films 22 to 85 also included some discussion of other related topics of interest. Still further information and analysis is included on our International Law Doctrines webpage.
However, we were still unable to prove that Taiwan itself is a sovereign entity, or the ROC in Taiwan is a sovereign entity, or that Taiwan is somehow part of another sovereign and independent nation-state, etc.
Important viewpoint. It is often reported in the news media that the United States, Canada, Australia, Great Britain, Japan, and other countries take no position on Taiwan's sovereignty. However, it must be remembered that all these countries are signatories to the 1952 SFPT, and in fact that treaty is very clear in not awarding, transferring, ceding, assigning, giving, granting Taiwan's territorial sovereignty to China.
In regard to the United States, under the Constitution's Supremacy Clause, Article 6, Clause 2, the Senate ratified SFPT as part of the supreme law of the land. It should be quite clear that the content of this treaty takes precedence over the content in any joint USAPRC communiques.
Therefore, for any U.S. government spokesperson to state that the U.S. does not take a position on Taiwan's sovereignty, clearly amounts to a direct violation of the SFPT. This is because the SFPT has already delineated the official U.S. position on the issue of Taiwan's sovereignty.
Specifically, the SFPT did not award, transfer, cede, assign, give, or grant the territorial sovereignty of Taiwan to China. Moreover, the signatories of the SFPT did not delegate, designate, or allot any role for the ROC to play in the governance of Taiwan after April 28, 1952.
Hence, at this juncture, our research must advance in a different direction. Undoubtedly, the best advice for us is to do an overview of certain critical aspects of the Mexican-American War and the Spanish-American War, in order to understand how, at the most fundamental level, the responsibility for defense of a particular geographic area arises.